Hey everybody, it's Paul from Cary Estate Planning back with another video as part of our 2020 challenge. And today I want to talk about whether or not spouses should have a joint will. The answer generally is probably not. They are 100% valid in North Carolina as long as they're jointly signed by the testators, i.e. both spouses, and appropriately witnessed and notarized for each spouse's signature. They are technically valid and enforceable. The issue is that they just create a bunch of potential burdens and issues down the line, especially at the death of the first spouse. Obviously, when two spouses come together to plan together, a lot of times their plans are going to be consistent in who they benefit. So the issue with a joint will is that you're coming together and collaborating as to the wishes for the distribution of your estate, but there's nothing preventing the other spouse from trying to manipulate that will or terminating it after the first death, the first spouse passes away. And so generally gold standard is that each spouse would have their own will. They can set out their own intentions, name their own executors. That is often a distinction between spouses, is who should serve for them if their own spouse is not available. And usually you're going to pull, people from your own family to serve in those roles. And so in a joint will, you would need to appoint, consistent people. With separate wills, you can appoint your own team. So most lawyers in North Carolina are not going to produce a joint will. I've seen some spouses try to effectuate a joint will through utilizing online templates and basically filling in blanks as if it was two people instead of one. And inevitably, as you might imagine, it was inappropriately executed. We had one spouse signing on the line for the testator, one spouse signing on the witness line, the other witness line being blank, and then it being notarized, which is totally invalid. And this couple thought that their will was binding and valid and would control if something happened to them. So, long story short, joint wills are a bad idea. We generally don't do them at our office. We prefer and insist rather that we do separate wills for spouses. If you have any questions about how will-based planning could work for you, you can click the link below, get on our calendar, and have an initial strategy meeting and discuss what planning should look like for you. This is Paul from Cary Estate Planning.